Hey everybody! So this past week you've been learning a little bit about plants and animals and their structures and their functions, and some of the physical and behavioral adaptations that they have. So I decided to read one of the books that we got from the book fair. This book was given by Lily Pham, and so thank you, Lily, for providing this book for us. It's called Undercover Animals. And so this book is about how animals are able to camouflage themselves and how they're able to mimic themselves. And so we're just going to read a little bit about it, how animals show some different techniques for adapting to their environment. Let's start off with the first page. It says, Are you as sharp-eyed as an eagle and good at spotting clues? If the answer is yes, you'll make a great animal detective. Look carefully inside these pages as you will find sneaky spiders, shape-shifting sea creatures, animals that are so good at hiding they are almost invisible. Some creatures don't bother to hide. They simply pretend to be something else instead. Find out if these masters of disguise are using their super skills to stay out of trouble, or if they are hiding so they can get close to another animal before launching a surprise attack. There's plenty to discover, so keep your eyes peeled. So throughout the book, basically what we're going to be doing is looking at some different pictures of animals, and we're going to see if you can spot the animal and see if you know which animal it is. So take a look at this picture here. It says, Where am I? Who's hiding in the long grass? This stripy hunter silently prowls through the forest. Do you think you can spot the animal in the forest? That's right, it's a terrible tiger. And so it says, tigers usually hunt when the sun goes down. They creep up on their prey without being seen and can kill animals with just one bite to the back of their neck. The dark stripes on the tiger's fur help it to vanish in the shadows. Wow, did you know that tigers are so strong they sometimes attack crocodiles? So from this page here you can see that tigers have certain adaptations, physical adaptations, one being their stripes. They help it to camouflage with the background, so that way it makes it harder for their prey to see it coming. Let's look at the next one. Do you think you can spot it? It says, What am I? This scaly-skinned reptile is hiding in the trees, keeping an eye out for danger. That's right, it's called an incredible chameleon. It says, Female panther chameleons are often shy and like to hide, but this male wears a rainbow of colors. He can switch his skin from dull to bright in seconds to warn other chameleons to stay away. Chameleons can move each of their eyes separately. They can also twirl them around. Wow, did you know that when a chameleon sleeps, its skin loses some of its color? So just reading that page, what's one adaptation that you can think of that a chameleon has to help it to survive in its environment? One thing that I see is the color, right? The benefit of having the skin being able to change colors allows it to blend in with whatever environment it's in. So that's helpful so that it can stay away from some of its predators. Let's look at the next page here. This one is, Can you see me? It says, What can you spy in the seaweed? This master of disguise only lives in the shallow seas of Australia. So it's very hard to see what this organism is. It kind of blends in with the seaweed, right? It's called freaky fish. And it says, The bizarre fish is a leafy sea dragon, a close cousin to the seahorse. It's perfectly camouflaged to hide in the seaweed where it lives, feeding on tiny shrimp. Wow, did you know that sea dragons and seahorses are not strong swimmers? Male sea dragons look after their eggs. They keep them under their tail until they are ready to hatch. So that's pretty interesting. Let's look at this next one. It says, Who's hiding here? So I'm going to zoom in here because you can kind of see that there's a creepy crawler here. And it says, What eight-legged beast is lurking beneath a trapdoor? Beware of this mini monster. You think you can see what it is? It's called a scary spider. Trapdoor spiders are great at hiding. They dig a burrow and cover the entrance with a door. When a bug walks past, the spider leaps out and grabs it. Trapdoor spiders kill their prey by biting them and injecting venom. Wow, these spiders can deliver a nasty bite, but they are not deadly to people, just deadly to bugs. Wow. I think I still stay clear of those bugs. We're going to read one more, and then we'll talk a little bit about what you're going to be doing today. So let's look here. Doesn't look much like an organism, right? It says, what am I? The patterns on this animal is the pattern on this animal's back helps it to hide on the seabed. Do you know what it is? I've never seen it before. It's called a sneaky shark. This is a wobgong shark, and it spends the day snoozing on the floor of the shallow sea. At night, it sneaks up on crabs and lobsters and sucks them into its mouth. It says the strange tassels that grow on the shark's skin helps it blend into the background. Wobgongs, I think that's what it's called. Wobgongs belong to the family of fish called carpet sharks because they lie on the seabed. So there are several different examples in this book of different animals and how they use adaptations. I'm going to skip around because I want to show you an example of now mimicry. Okay, so this one's here. This is an example of mimicry. And so let's look at this picture here. It says, who's pretending to be a leaf? So when you hear the word mimicry, what do you normally think of, right? Mimicking something. This one says, when an animal pretends to be something else, it's called a mimic. And this is one of the nature's best mimics. When you look at this picture here, all you think of is leaves, right? You can see leaves. But it's actually a lovely leaf insect. And it says, insects are food for many other animals, so it's no wonder that some of them make a big effort to stay safe. Leaf insects are such perfect mimics that they even fool their mates. Leaf insects have a flat, broad body and even have marks that look like leaf veins. They can shake like leaves blowing in the wind. So the reason why I wanted to read this book to you all is because it has some really great examples of how animals are able to camouflage and how they're able to mimic. And so the reason why that's important is because that's an adaptation that helps animals to survive in their environments. When they're camouflaging, they're blending into their backgrounds so that either they can sneak up on their prey or hide from their predators. And then when they're mimicking something, that means that they're trying to pretend like they're something else in efforts to also protect themselves and blend in with their environment. So this is a pretty cool book. This week you'll be talking a little bit more about that type of physical adaptation, mimicry, and camouflaging. I hope you enjoyed this book. I look forward to reading a little bit more with you all.